So we are going to learn about the pipe operator and when to use it, how to use it, and then there will be some examples to try with pipe. The operator pipe or pipeline is used to chain together commands. And you saw a bit about that already Monday, or maybe you know about it before. So you take the output of one command and then you use it as input for the other command, and or maybe a whole chain of commands. And as you probably know, it's this vertical line that you use to symbolize it between the commands, or you also use it on the command line. Often you can do the same with an intermediate file or more, but it is often best to simply do it with a pipe. Pipes are very useful. We will look at them more later, or also in scripting and things like this. So this is how it would look. You would have one command. You are piping the output to another command, maybe to yet another command, and so on. In a whole chain is possible. And before I go on to this here, I am going to just remind you of these commands here, which we are going to assume that you know about. They were taught Monday, or maybe you already know about them. But otherwise, you can find them here. You can check what it is they are doing. This is a summary of them. So let's take some examples of piping. And I would suggest to type along and go into this exercises table. I got a exercises directory from that. And if you look at that, then you will see there's a directory called piping, WC, and cut. And I'm going to use that. See, some files to play with. So first, you get how to use one pipe. And for instance, it could be useful if you are in a directory with lots of files and you didn't have this huge window that I have here. And you just do ls -l, it will scroll past your window and you don't see all the files, but you could do a pipe to more, to the command more, which will then let you look at one screen at a time. Another example is that you could use a pipe to sort a list of files by size. If we do that here, so first it looks like this, which you get ls -l as output. And then let's pipe this output here to sort. And then let's see how that looks. And now you can see it gets sorted by the size. And as you can see, it sorts it alphanumerically as default. You can add n, sorry. If you want to sort by, okay, I'm not having a good day. There. If you want to sort it in the regular way instead. You also, of course, in this case, for ls, you also have a lot of flags or options to ls itself. And you could simply have done it with the extra option to ls, which is -S. And then it will sort it. But doing it that way, you would have less control over how it was sorted. Would it be largest, in this case, largest file first, sorted lexicographically? With sort, you have more control. You can sort it like you want to, maybe. Also, this is just an example, of course. So this is how it would look if we were doing it with the ls. you can see this is the default way the ls flag -s sorts it. You can also do it reverse and things like this. So ls itself is quite powerful command. It has quite a lot of options. If you wanted to sort this file the same way, you could do it with pipe as well. Let's just first show you how it looked again for ls -l capital S. And then let's try and pipe this output to sort -k5, and it's the fifth column we're sorting by, and then we are sorting it numerically instead of alphanumerically. And as you can see, it now does that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This column here, it sorts it, and it sorts it numerically, as it should. So if you're using one pipe for echo and sort, then you could echo, as you may remember, will echo anything you give to it to the screen. And you could start doing that. So you say echo and then write a quotation mark and then start writing. I am writing a file, a text. It should be some lines. I will continue. More lines. Hello. Hello. So now we say we have enough lines. So we will do a quotation mark, and then we will put a pipe, and then we will do sort. And as you can see, it's now sorting those lines here default with the first column as default. And so it took what I put in to echo here and sorted it. So that's good. Just one moment. And that is also how it looked here. So what if you then want to make a longer pipeline, for instance, with 2 pipes? You could do that. You could, for instance, use head and tail. I am going to show you what's inside of new file first. It has this text here. So I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to take the first 3 lines. You can see I got the first 3 lines. And then the output of that, I'm going to take the last 2 lines of that. So you get that. So if you are using 2 pipes as another example, to take ls and head and tail of that, ls looks like this. And I'm grabbing maybe 4 lines and the first 4 lines, and then I'm going to take the last 3 lines of that. So you got this here. And one thing to say is that if you are doing it this way, ls will put it all into one long line. So because you don't know how wide this screen was, so it's just doing that as default. It's not checking how wide your screen was, because if it was narrow, everything would be in one line. If it was very wide, maybe it would be in several. So opposite. Of course, again, you can sort the output with ls -l, and then take the 14 last lines and then sort those alphanumerically. That would be like this. And if you want to do even more, you could, for instance, find all files with the suffix text. You can see in this directory there is quite a lot. And we can try and do that. So we are looking for files of type F with the name ending in text. And I will show you what you get then. What did I miss? I missed that I spelled it wrong. Sorry. So this is what happens if you are using find on all the files with text. You get all these. That's quite a lot. Let's sort them. As you can see, they are now sorted. And let's then afterwards take the last 4. And then maybe we also take the first 3. So you can just continue building on to get a very long line of commands that are each taking the output of the previous command. These are very simple examples, but it can be very powerful. So what if I instead putting them this output to list.txt? I'm doing that with T. So now there should be a file list.txt. It's this one. Let's cat to see what's inside of it. And it has, as you saw here, those 4 lines, because that is what you did here. And then T throws it the output to list.txt. So let's take an exercise. And let's take 5 minutes and then try and solve these 4 exercises here. So try and sort string numerical in reverse, files ending in text, print for 4 first lines of the list of files ending in text, print last 5 lines of list of files ending in text and sort them, and then print first line of the output. And then try use echo to output 5 lines you write, then use tail to print the last line. So let's do that until 9:26.